Hey there, how's it going? If you haven't been here before, my name's Tim, and on this channel we do a whole pile of geeky, filmy, techie, creator, YouTuber, camera kind of stuff, so yeah, you're in the right place. Now, you might remember a few weeks ago I unboxed the Blackmagic Design Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro. Awesome camera, and I've been having an absolute blast with it, I tell you. But I wanted to do something to sort of beef it up a little bit and make it more useful and practical. So I wanted to add some handles, a bit of a cage, some other mount points for putting things on, somewhere to put the SSD card so it wasn't flopping around on the end of a cable, and all that sort of thing. And I had a look around and I found this at Smallrig. The Smallrig Professional Accessory Kit for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro. So this thing's got a whole heap of bits and pieces, and here they are here. And we're going to take this now and open it up, put it onto the camera and see how easy it is to assemble. And then we'll have a bit of a play around with it afterwards. I can honestly say this is an unboxing that I've been looking forward to for quite a while. It's the Professional Accessory Kit for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro. Here's everything that's in here, and I can read that out to you from the other end of the box here. It's the cage, a NATO handle, a mini NATO rail, a T5 SSD clamp and the USB-C cable clamp, a wooden NATO side handle, a sun hood, screen protector, an HDMI and USB-C cable clamp, and hex spanner, and a 1/4 inch to 20 screw, lots of screws and bits and pieces in there as well. Okay, let's get this thing out of the box. The box just slides sideways like that, which is very convenient, and of course I've got it upside down. So I'll flip that over, rip the sides off here. Well, I'm going to lift them gently actually, because I probably want to put it away again. First thing in here is a Smallrig screen protector for the cinema camera, and we get straight into the rig itself. I'm just going to start pulling all these bits out. Here's the wooden handle, great clamp on the side. We have got one of the cable clamps. In here is another one of the cable clamps. I'll figure out how they actually go on in a bit. There's a few other bits and pieces in here. I'm not actually entirely sure what a lot of this does. That's obviously the screen hood, which goes onto the camera, which is a nice leatherette finish actually, and a matte black neoprene internal, and a couple of bits of velcro down the bottom for holding the whole thing together, I guess. Top handle, and I didn't realise the top handle had a really nice wooden finish on it underneath, so I'm looking forward to that. That should be good. On this side here we've got the actual cage itself, so I'll pull that out. It's quite a beast, but then so is the camera. So it says down here, designed for the 6K Pro, and it's got all of the screws and mounting points and everything as you would expect in place. A really nice rubber grip surface so it doesn't slide around, and I really like that the Smallrig logo on the back here is embossed in a piece of timber. I like timber. Got a big thing about wood grain. There's a little plastic bag here on the side. I'll just lift that out, and that's got the aforementioned screws and Allen key. You end up with a lot of Allen keys from Smallrig, but it's okay because I can take a lot of those screws and put them into this plate that I got. See, when you spend a certain amount at Smallrig, they send you free stuff like this right here, and t-shirts. And yeah, I think that's all there is in the box, so let's go and put it onto the camera. So let's start assembling this. Now, I've never done it before. As you saw, I've just literally pulled it out of the box, so this is the first time, and it's going to be a really good example of how intuitive the Smallrig stuff is or isn't to use. Okay, let's have a look here. I have got the camera, the cage, the handle, the side handle, a couple of cable clamp things. I've got whatever that is, and some screws and an Allen key. In theory that should be enough. If it isn't, I've got this big block of Allen keys and tools from Smallrig on the side, which should cover off anything that's not already here. Okay, let's give this a go. Let's got the camera. That's definitely a good starting point, and I've got the cage here, which I imagine goes on that way. So let's just slide that into the cage, and it's got the two screw points underneath it, so that should tightly but snugly fit into there. It does quite nicely. Okay, now the Allen key that comes with all of this, I'm imagining is not the one that's going to fit into here. But what I will do is I'll pull the other one out of my kit to the side. Really good that I've got that, and I can just give that a couple of, oh, hold on, look at this. I just noticed that underneath here, this has got an Allen key magnetically kept in the cage itself. Smallrig, man, you guys just got a whole heap of brownie points. That is one of the smartest things I've ever seen in a cage. The Allen key that you need is right here next to the screws, and there's plenty of extra spaces in here for you to put plenty of spare screws if you want to store them as well. I love that. That's brilliant. Okay, so there we go. That's that there. There's also a spot on the top here, which I believe is where another one of these screws goes, and you can just take that screw and drop it into the top mount, and I will grab this one on this side for this time, and that just goes in there, and that holds the top of the cage onto the camera. Now that doesn't appreciably add any extra weight to the camera. I'm not really noticing it, though obviously just picked it up, but that's good and solid, and yeah, I really like that. Okay, now for the next bit, let's put the top handle on, shall we? Okay, so this has got a NATO clamp on here. I'm going to refer here to the picture on the box. The picture on top of the box certainly did make things easier. It's this piece here, and that just screws on top of the cage like this. So as you can see, that just goes onto there. I'm going to grab a couple more of these screws. There's that one and that one. That will drop into there quite nicely, and that drops into the two holes underneath it. And then once again, I can just grab my handy Allen key here, and with just a couple of turns of that, those things go down nicely and hold that into place. And I'll just give it a nice torquey bit of a wrench to tighten it up, make sure that they don't come loose when I'm not expecting them to. And now this thing here should just nicely clamp on top of there. Oh yeah, I like that NATO rail thing. Okay, so here we have the top handle sitting on top of the cage, all ready to go. Let's have a look at the side handle now, I guess. So the side handle here, same sort of deal. I'll just come back to my picture here again. As you can see, the wooden handle comes on to the left hand side, and I can see that that cable clamp comes into there, so I imagine the other cable clamp's going to be around there somewhere too. I'll have a look at that in a minute. We have got the NATO style rail just here, so this should be as easy as just plonking that onto the top there like that. I'll just loosen it off a little bit. It jumps onto there, and there we go. A couple of twists of that, and that's just on there like that. So that was just slotting it onto here and tightening it up a little bit, and I'll just turn that in so that it is nice and out of the way. That's nice. I like that. I like it. Okay, I imagine this thing can also be moved around elsewhere, so the top handle I could put on the side here using these threads if I wanted to, or even move it over here so it's more of an off the side handle rather than center top. I can see how I can easily jump in here and set this up in several different ways. Okay, the last bit, and I'm just going to remove this side handle here. Oh, look at this. There is another Allen key just in here that I could use. Actually, I'm going to need this Allen key to get that Allen key out. But there's another Allen key in there that you can use for mounting and unmounting the side handle, or adjusting. I see, you can adjust that and slide the handle up and down on the NATO mount just by loosening those and tightening them, and then the handle will move up and down. That's awesome. Okay, I'll put that Allen key back in there. Okay, there's so many of these things around, it's great. Oh look, there's another one in the top handle. This is excellent. There's 3 of them just on the rig so far, not including the one I've got here. Okay, so what I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to undo that, loosen that off so that I can slide that handle away, which will let me get into the side here and once I can get into the side here, I can put the cable clamps in. And now the cable clamps that I've got here, let me have a look at this. They apparently just go straight onto the side of here. But that's great to know that that's there and really easy to use. And the final bit here is the SSD card holder and cable clamp. So, oh, I see, it actually goes and mounts underneath the camera, the SSD card. Okay, look at this. There's this handy slot underneath here for the SSD to go into. And then this thing here somehow holds the card down. So I'm not going to bother with that one right at the moment, but it looks like that this goes in and clamps in, and put your memory card into here, and then tighten this down with that, and then that clamps the memory card into place, and this here goes onto the end of the memory card and holds the cables safely in place so that they're not going to bend or break or anything. I'm loving this. This is great. And so here it is. I think you'll agree that this is a bit of a beast of a cage. It's got everything on it that I wanted, and probably a whole lot more, especially in the Allen key department, as you noticed. And I'm really looking forward to getting this thing outside, having a bit of a play around with it. I'm going to go see about shooting a short film with some people soon. There's a couple of competitions going on. I might link those below as well. Now, if you're interested in getting one of these cameras and or the cage for it, then there's some links down below. If you want to see more of my videos about this sort of thing, click here and subscribe, and watch this video and this video here, because YouTube picked them out just for you. I'll let YouTube do that, and I'll see you in another video really soon. Have a great day.